But I have a question for you. I know this isn't my podcast, but I have a
Go
question
ahead,
for
bro.
you.
Listen.
So
I mean, you can co-host this joint.
What if your grandmother had a trust,
Yeah.
and she had said, "Hey, I want." She set milestones for you. She said, in order for you to get this, you got to do this. In order for you to get this, you have to take some financial literacy classes.
Yep.
In order for you to get this, then and release this, you have to meet this milestone. So it was not given to you all at one time. It was given to you over time while it was somewhere making money for you.
100%.
Yeah. So Warren Buffett said, if you don't find to make money in your sleep, you go work until you die. So
Facts.
that money was somewhere making money for you while you were growing and while you were getting more wisdom. So what if that had been your story? You would still have the majority more. You would still have all of what she left.
It would have been all of what she left and some, plus, because you mentioned the financial literacy piece. I don't know if you know this other part of my story. I know it's just your podcast, but we still can just throw this in there. You know what I'm saying? So me and a business partner, we had a clothing company, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with like jogger sweatpants. You know what I'm saying? So basically, jogger sweatpants are sweatpants, and they got the cuff at the bottom, and it allows you. It kind of instantiates your footwear. It allows your footwear to pop. Yeah. Right. So 3 black dudes in Boston created that. That was me, my business partner, and then some input for one of the buyers from Karmaloop.
Okay.
So the same thing we talking about, right? Without the absence of information, absence of information, mentorship, coaching, some level of structure, right? We didn't even know about mechanical patents. So we couldn't patent that idea because we didn't know that was an idea that we could patent. So yeah, everything with family structure, and then obviously with your entrepreneurship, which is why I think what you're doing is amazing, because you're coaching and leading and mentoring so many people, and even some of the stuff that we're just talking about right now, it just is really vital. But yeah, if I would have had access to, if she would have set it up and it would have been milestones, not only would I have earned it, I would have appreciated it, and I would have known what to do with it. Right. And I would have been more wise along the way. And then with the clothing side, the same thing. It's like that not only it would have just set me up for the future and the family members, plus I would have had that, that knowledge that would have been bestowed from the family structure.
But with all due respect, grandma did the best she could do with what she had.
No, 100%.
And most people, they don't even get left that.
Facts.
So to know better is to do better. So we're in a day and time, not that grandma lived in, where we have access to more information.
Yeah.
We have access to more mentorships. We have access to more data. We have access to more people's story. So for us to put, a guy told me recently in Philly, he said, Coach, the trust is just, he said, I'm going to get it, but the trust is just boring. People, when they think of it, it's boring.
Yeah.
But we can't talk about generational wealth without it. Because God forbid, Whitney Houston got in the bathtub and never woke back up. Michael Jackson laid down, went to sleep, and never woke back up. Prince got in the elevator to go to the second floor of his house and never got out. So we don't know the day nor the hour when we're gonna go. So if we're trying to make our life make a difference, we have to start leaving the structure for the things that we have, because we don't want more of those stories that you just told.
100%. And not only do we not want more of those stories, like some people may not recover from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
especially if they're weak and they deal with addictions, whatever those addictions are.
Yeah.
It could take them down a spiral.
Yeah. Or just the embarrassment. Cause I think for about a couple of years, I felt really embarrassed to even share the story. You know what I mean? Cause it's like, I was telling a lot, like, yo, I sold the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just so I made me feel better.
Did you feel like that you had disappointed your grandmother?
I feel more so like, yeah, like I let her down, but I also let myself down. Yeah. Cause I remember like I was journaling heavy, like, cause that was like around the time I was fresh out of college. So a lot of the things that I was even dealing with was like, healing from the pain of all this loss that I was experiencing, right? So I was like writing in my journals crazy. And I remember when I signed on the mortgage to receive the home, I think that same day I was like, can't lose the house. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't lose the house. So yeah, I think I carried that burden for a couple of years and stuff like that. But the thing about it, back to your point, it's like, people may not recover from that, and we want to make sure those things don't happen. So like even when you're talking about the structure in a Rockefeller, one of the other key components of that was, he had that life insurance, which is like, I think you and I talked about a little bit. Like I'm interested in like mergers and acquisitions. One of the things I do want to buy is a life insurance company, even if it's like a starter brokerage. You know what I'm saying? Because they might need that marketing, they may need that exposure, but those life insurance products are very important. So